Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be planning for the first quarter of 2022, if we can actually believe that, using the HB90 planning method system. So the reason I'm doing this video now is because it's actually open again. The course is open for you to take it from Sunday, I believe. So enrollment's currently open right now. The links are all down below, and I'm going to tell you how amazing the HB90 planning system is. It doesn't matter if you're a writer, an entrepreneur, a busy parent, or just whatever you've got going on in your life, whatever role you have, whatever job, career you have, this is such a robust planning system. It will just get you through. So just a little bit of background before we get into what the planner is. So this quarter marks a year since I took the first course, since I first took the course. And I took the course when I was off work, sick. I was pregnant with my daughter. Obviously we had COVID and all that kind of thing going on, and it was just, I was feeling really vulnerable and really low and really like I had no purpose, and I just didn't really know what was going on just in anything. So I took the course, and I know it's going to sound really cliche and really cheesy, but honestly the course saved me. It gave me my purpose back. It just changed everything about my life. I have been in a really busy season of my life. I obviously had my daughter in March. She's 8 months old now. I also have a 2.5-year-old son, and so obviously that's been a really busy part of my life. If you don't know who I am Rhianne Edwards, a young adult paranormal and fantasy author. I currently have 3 books out in the Bloodline Alliance series, which is a young adult urban fantasy about werewolves and magic and 2 races fighting against each other. And so this year I managed to publish 2 more books in that series, which now totals 3, and I'm currently working on sort of the second part of that series with new characters, which is books 4 to 6. I have also in this year written 2 new books for a fantasy series that I'm working on in the background. I have also started up my YouTube channel, which you're watching on right now, and I've already smashed my end of year goals for that, so I'm really happy, thank you. And that reminds me, if you do like this video and this sort of content, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. What else have I done? I've also been a lot more present on social media. I'm still not amazing, and I'm saying that after I've had like a week off because I've been poorly. But I recently took part in a 30-day reel challenge, and that's been fun. I started up my newsletter, and there's just been so many things that I've actually achieved that I didn't know that I'd done. I was a bit like, oh, what have I actually achieved this year? I feel like it's been slow going. But actually, when you total up all those things, I've done quite a lot, and I'm really proud of that. And the only way I did all that was using the HB90 planning system. So HB90 stands for Heart's Breathings, and it's a 90-day planning system. So HB90. Sarah Cannon runs Heart Breathing, and she is an absolutely fantastic indie author with a brilliant footing in the indie community. And she is just amazing, honestly amazing. And I've said this before, but with the HB90 system, if the only thing you got access to was the Facebook group, that would be worth its weight in gold. It is just such a supportive community, and they're always there to help you get through. And Sarah herself is constantly in the group, and she will talk to us and answer questions. She's always there, always present, not just for when you take the course. She really, truly is building a community. And with the HB90 planning system, there are indeed so many different people in so many different walks of life taking the course and being an active part of that community. So if you're not a writer, but you are in a busy career, or you are in a busy part of your life, there's so many people like that as well, and it does work for so many people. So today I am going to be printing the planner and working it through with you. So the first thing about the course is that obviously it's for 90 days, so for 3 months essentially. And the reason why she says that is because it's long enough to It's long enough to know if something's working, but it's long enough to make progress. If it was like a monthly thing or a 6-monthly thing, 6 months might be too long. Something might not be working and you won't get the chance to update and try something else. A month is just too short. So it is a 90-day system. So this is what Q4 currently looks like. And what you do is you print it off and put it together like this. Now Sarah Cannon is American, and so it's American sizes. So what I do is I use the A5 version, and she does a letter version and an A5 version. So if you're in the UK like I am, we have A4, and A4 is pretty much the same as letter size. That's how I see it in my head. But I go for the A5 version, and then I print it off myself. I know some people send it off to a printer to do. I think that costs a bit too much money, or it does where I live. So I print it off myself. And I remember getting a few messages from my last video that I did when I was planning for Q4 about how I print it. So I am going to go through that with you, because I think each printer's differently, but also I made a lot of mistakes trying to print it properly. So I may as well tell you what I've learned so that you can hopefully not make those same mistakes. So without further ado, let's get into planning, well, printing it off and going through the planning system. So the first thing we're going to do is print it off. She does have an Etsy store where you can download the planner yourself and you don't have to take the course, although I do thoroughly recommend taking the course because you get all of Sarah Cannon's videos with her taking you through the course step by step, and it is a lot more in depth than just the planner, but you can get by with using the planner. So if you're a bit unsure, definitely go and download the planner and try that out, but you do get so much more from the course, and of course you get access to the Facebook groups afterwards. So when you're a student going through the course for the first time, you'll be in your own Facebook group, so Sarah Cannon knows like that's very much like dedicated for that round, and then after that you move into the alumni group, and Sarah's still in the alumni group, don't worry, but it's just so that she can really direct a lot more support during the course at that time for those students. And then of course the alumni group is fantastic. I absolutely love that. I still go in there regularly to this day, and it's been a whole year. So I've taken the course, well, I've done 4 quarters now, and I took the course twice because with the course you get free access forever. So once you've paid for the course and taken the course, you can do the course whenever you like. I know I'm saying the word course too many times now. But so you can retake the course whenever you like. You've always got access to it, and whenever she updates it, you'll get those updates for free. So I think the last 2 quarters she's been doing some like beta testing on some things, and now that's coming into effect with this course, and it's all been updated for free. So I'm probably going to be looking at those new sections with the people taking the course for the first time this time, because new updates happen in real time with the new students. So I'll wait till next week when the course is in progress. It's a 1-week course, and just have a look at those new videos. But I did take part in the beta testing sort of the last couple of quarters and really enjoyed that new stuff. So I know she's been refilming and re-uploading new stuff to the planner. So that's just hopefully a little bit of background information for you. So I'm going to leave this in here just for the time being. Ooh, just for the time being, so I don't get confused. Shush you. Okay, so the first thing you should know is that my printer does not print wirelessly, so it's on the floor on top of the box. Really good. So I'm going to print from here. Now, I print A4 size. So I print A4 size, and I print 2 to a page. So I print 2 to a page, and then I flip on the short edge, which means instead of it flipping like that and being upside down, it flips like that, and then I print another 2 to a page. Now the only problem with that, when I print, it will go page 1, page 2, then page 3, page 4. So obviously when you cut it in half, it won't be, it'll be like page 1, and then on the back of that will be like page 4 or something like that. So what I do, and I have a document saved so I know what to do each time, is I print in this order. I go page 1, page 3, page 4, page 2. And what that does is when I cut it in half, it goes page 1, on the back of page 1 will be page 2, on the back of page 3 will be page 4. I know that sounds very complicated, but let me show you so that you know what I mean. And then for ease, I have a guillotine that I will then cut. It's also a very noisy printer. And I have a special, what's this called? Hole punch. That does, and I always forget how to blimmin' print, how to punch me holes. So I have a 6-ring binder on A5. So this is a 6-ring hole punch, but they're not quite the right distance. I don't know if I'm making sense there. I don't know if that's, I got all this stuff from Amazon, so I don't know whether it's because this might be American or this is not, I don't know. But I mean, you can see that they're never going to match up. So what you have to do is sort of like cut it, put it in one end and then flip the paper. I'll show you, don't panic. And I'm sorry about the lighting in here. There's too much sunlight coming through from the window, so I've had to shut the curtains. 1. So on the inside, this is set to the furthest one, which is the A5 personal planner. I've then pulled it down so it's on A5 here. Okay, so then it's gonna look weird. Can you see? Right. Right, okay. So then, and then what you do is you take it out and you flip it over and the bottom end goes in. Now with any luck, that'll fit in. And bam. So another thing I do to make it easier is I only print about 20 pages at a time. Well, that was fun. I have just spent quite literally a couple of hours planning out a publishing timeline for the next few books that I have got coming out. I actually used, and I'll link this down below as well, I actually used a publishing plan from Bethany Atazadea, and I think if you sign up to her newsletter and things like that, I think you can get access to that. But it just sparked off some sort of motivation in me to plan that through, because at any one time I'm going to have like multiple projects going on at the same time. So I have literally, you can't see that much, but I have literally got almost like a 3-year plan. Not quite, but I just needed to map out because quite a lot of the things overlap, and I wanted to make sure the things that I'm working on for Q1 are the right things. So let's get started on the HB90 method for Q1 of 2022, and I still can't believe we are there. So I'm going to pretty this up with some washi tape because, well, I've become obsessed with it. And then I'm going to go through the first few pages, which are really important. So it goes through sort of like your vision statement, what you want out of your goals, where do you want to see yourself. Sarah is very good at helping you to, and she goes through it all here as well, but in the courses she really does go into detail on how we can strive for what we really want, what we truly want, and how everybody's version of success and everybody's versions of goals are really, really different. And the workbook, and if you do the course, there's a pre-course workbook as well, and that really helps you to drill down what you want out of life, out of your goals, out of your dreams. And that's really helpful, because once you know that, you can then really link all your projects, tasks, goals to the beginning of this, to this. So that's what I'm going to do now. Once you've filled out those first few pages, the next thing is your vision board. Now, this is actually a really important step. So what I'm going to do is, instead of doing a vision board for 1 quarter, I'm going to do a vision board for the year that I want to achieve, and have that in my planner each quarter to sort of come back to and just feel that inspiration. So this is the one that I made for Q3 of this year. So I've had this for Q3 and for Q4, and I just think that if I'd had this from like the beginning, I may have had like a really clear idea. I did do one for Q1, but it was the first time I was doing it. I didn't know what I want. I don't think I was really dreaming as big as I wanted to dream, or as realistic, which I know are two very different things. But so I'm going to create a new vision board for 2022. The task block system is new, and she is uploading new videos for the course that's starting on Sunday, so this week. I'll be watching those, but I did watch her videos when she did the sort of beta rollout, but I just want to watch them and refresh them and make sure that I'm happy with what I'm doing. And the reason why I prefer the task blocks to like thinking about your days is that I don't always have a whole day to work, and that's especially true if you're working full-time but still trying to write, etc. Or you might have lots of different projects going on, so it helps to know, well, actually I've only got so many hours for writing, or I've only got so many hours for this project. And the task blocks help you to do that. They're in like 30-minute, 25-minute, 30-minute task block sizes. That makes sense, doesn't it? So a goal here is something that you want to achieve by the end of the quarter by taking a series of steps or a series of projects to get there. So it's a measurable outcome, and that's important, because if it's not measurable, how will you know if you've achieved it? So that's a real key thing here. So it may not be I want to earn a certain amount of money. It could be you want to be 20% more productive than you were the previous quarter. So you work out how many days you were productive last quarter, and then obviously work out what 20% is, and then add that on to how many days you want to be productive in this quarter. For YouTube, I do have a number goal. I've absolutely smashed my goals for the end of this year, so I would love to be able to get next year's goal too. So again, if you like this video, please like, and don't forget to subscribe, because my goal is a subscription number. Then this is new for this quarter, which is sort of like your time block estimator, and then what you actually use. So this will be really helpful to keep track of, oh, actually I'm underestimating what I need. So when it comes to next week or even next quarter, I can readjust my planning. And then you get to the weekly column. So this is where you plan out your weeks, and I am a big fan of the vertical planner. Don't know why, I just seem to really get on with it, and you don't find that very often. A lot of planners are sort of horizontal, so I really like this vertical layout. So I take the tasks that I need to complete for the 3 goals, and I plan them into my week, and this just helps me to know what I'm doing on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, which tend to be my work days. And if you had the daily planner, you would then have a whole page for Monday, a whole page for Tuesday, as well as this, but I don't seem to need that. And then we've got a spare page for notes, and then there's a little bit of a weekly review, there's a monthly review, and then there's a quarterly review as well. Right, I think I have spoken for a long time. I started working on this morning and it's getting dark outside now, so you can see how long I've spent on it. And I haven't even gone through it properly yet, because I have printed, got it ready, I've done my publishing plan, and I have done my vision board. So I'm sort of preparing myself. I'm doing the groundwork now, and then I think I will be taking the course alongside the students next week. Because again, as alumni, I can take the course, retake the course whenever I want. I have signed up for like the sort of welcome emails and the daily emails to sort of keep on track of it, keep it fresh in my mind. And I'm really looking forward to it. It is a brilliant course. I don't think I can endorse it any more than I have. It absolutely changed my life. And again, I know how cliche that sounds, but it is so true. Without it, I think I would just still be so lost. So please go and check it out. It is an absolutely fantastic course. It's a fantastic community, and you will get more done than you even thought you could do. So take a look at the links down below. I'll leave them all there. Let me know if you liked this video and what you think about the HB90 system, and I will see you next week. Bye guys.